Life is like archery. We all set a target, a goal, a dream, take necessary steps to achieve it. We stretch ourselves, taking efforts, doing hard work, and shoot straight to the bullseye. But we may miss or lose direction and fail to reach our goals. I'm sure you all can realize it's not easy for normal humans to become a hero in a 5-minute movie song. During Sita Swayamvara, Sri Ram saw only one bow to lift and break. But in my first class, I saw many bows arranged in line. I was curious to break many. My father was much concerned about my health and my fitness. And he thought the sports will only be the solution, not knowing how the world of sports would be. But had a strong determination to make my future. And this is how my journey into archery started at the age of 10. At that time, I didn't know that my father will also join archery. Archery has taught me many things, but more than anything, it gave me moments with my father. He wasn't just another competitor, he was the one I looked up to, the one who pushed me harder than anyone else could do. He stood beside me in every failure and clapped the loudest in every win. In most archery tournaments, people show up with their friends or classmates, but I proudly walk with my father, not as my parent, as my competitor. And believe me, he was tougher than any other competitor I have faced. But at the same time, he was the biggest supporter. Whether I missed the mark or hit the target, he was always there for me. And above all, he taught me, stop not till the goal is reached. I did not start as a champion. In fact, when I first picked up a bow, I could not even hit the target. My hands ached and my confidence wavered. During my first class, my finger, my wrist, my elbow, my shoulder, all parts of my hand ached, and my conviction drifted away. Just imagine pulling a piece of rubber continuously for an hour. How it's still in one piece, and how is my hand intact after so many stretches? I went home. I was about to say my father that I quit. To my surprise, my aunt Dr. Rajalakshmi opened the door. She was also an archer. She inspired and guided me to the archery class. My aunt, instead of asking, how was the first class? She asked, did you pull the rubber? And I, in turn, asked her back that, did you also pull the rubber in your first class? And she replied, not just me. Great archers like Deepika Kumari started with this. I became curious, interested, and Googled about her. Deepika Kumari Mahatto was born in Jharkhand. When I joined archery in 2018, she won gold in World Cup Stage 3. Do you know? She never stopped after becoming a mother to Vedika. She won 2 gold and 1 silver in National Games 2023. I started watching her videos. Standing 70 meters away from her target, she focused with guts and determination. Her shoulder always reminds me the mighty mountains, unshakable and strong that burns with bright intention. I'm a die-hard fan of her eyes that pierce through distance. Just imagine an archer poised like a statue, yet alive with focus. In my first tournament, I thought I was the next Deepika Kumari. My target was not just to hit the bullseye, it was to win the Olympics. In my first tournament, my first round, my first arrow and my first shoot, I inserted my arrow, pulled the string, steadied my poster. My right eye was on the target, and many eyes were on me. Before I released, my hand shook a little. Boss, what happened next? I know your curiosity. The arrow fired through the air, hit the center of the tree next to the target. Then I launched all my 72 arrows, but none of it hit the center. When I entered the tournament, All I expected was applause, goosebumps, but all I got was disappointment, shame, and pain. But archery has taught me something powerful. Success isn't instant. It's got out of intense practice every day. I also have faced many emotional battles where my friends have the early morning sleep and I do my practice. My family members dress gorgeously and get ready for family functions, but I proudly wear my jersey, bow in my hand, and get ready for state level matches. There were many matches where I lost wins, I lost hope. I approached my father, and he told me, if a single defeat can take you the things you love the most, you have a lot to learn. And he also added, Arjuna can be great archer, not by his nature, but by his training from Dronacharya, dedication and passion towards archery. Even big archers came across failures. And I joined archery because I loved it. I'm going to be consistent in this. If you're going to be consistent, join me in the field tomorrow. And he left. And the next day, I went to the field with bow, with guts and determination. Not just me, many people here stop the things they love after the first defeat. But we need to reach our goals. A defeated king hides in a cave feeling hopeless. He notices a spider that tries again and again to web across a gap. It fails multiple times, eventually succeeds. Inspired by the spider, the king regains his courage, rallies his forces, and wins back the throne. In archery, I often felt like a king, facing setbacks that made me to question my abilities. But like spider, I tried shots over shots. Sometimes failed more than I succeeded. And those small improvements wove together as a web of confidence and skill. And those helped me to reach my goals. I didn't stop there, so I stand here before you all with so many trophies, medals, shields, and the 3-time consecutive SGFI participation. Archery has taught me many things, more than just hitting a target, it has shaped my character. With each arrow I have released, I have learned the value of focus, strength of resilience, need for stamina, and the power of patience. These are not just traits of an athlete, these are the essence of a warrior. And I carry these values beyond my limit, especially when it comes to protecting my motherland. My journey of archery has been filled with medals and personal milestones. And each achievement gave me confidence. But I always knew that a victory lies not only in winning competitions, to fight for a cause that is greater than oneself. At that moment, I noticed the land I loved being harmed by plastics, being dumped carelessly, choking the soil and water, and that disturbed me deeply. During science day preparation, those disturbances didn't allow me to sleep. But that disturbance made me to discover something powerful called milk plastic, a biodegradable alternative for plastic made out of everyday ingredient. And that day, a new target appeared before me, a mission to reduce plastic pollution. As an archer who aims for hitting a bullseye, I started aiming for a solution. With focus, I studied how milk plastic could be made and used as an eco-friendly option. With resilience, I started sharing my ideas with my friends and teachers, and few believed that it could be possible. It took stamina to just stay committed, just like practicing under sun for hours, to inspire change and raise awareness. And above all, I have learned the power of patience, because transformation takes time. In archery and milk plastic, it requires focus, patience, and careful technique. In archery, it's all about learning how to aim, control your breath, and release at just the right moment. It's not something that you can rush. Similarly, in milk plastic, You need to slowly heat the milk, add the acid, let the casein form, strain the liquor and mold it into shape. If you rush or don't pay attention, the result won't turn out well. Both activities requires focus and reward patience. Both involves hand-on and step-by-step process, and that takes time to master. Just like mastering a perfect shot. In archery and milk plastic, failures are part of learning. At first, you may not hit the target. Your form might be off, your aim shaky, or your timing's wrong. But each time you miss, you learn something. Similarly, in plastic, your first attempt may not work out. Your milk could curdle too fast, or your mixture could be too watery, or your plastic may crack while drying. They demand focus and patience. If you want to make a strong piece of casein or hit a bullseye, failures helps you to improve. Over time, you learn to trust the process, stay calm and appreciate the progress. And that comes from persistence. At the end, both teach us a valuable lesson for patience, craftsmanship, and the quiet strength of not giving up. As an archer who draws a bow with unwavering focus, aiming not just to release the arrow, but to see it strikes the target. A journey of milk transforms something unexpected as plastic. Every goal may seem distant and unclear at first, but with patience, persistence, and precision, transformation happens. So let us not pass, let us not stray, for the mark is there, waiting. Stop not till the goal is reached. I may be an archer by passion, but I'm a warrior by mindset. And I believe that every citizen is a guardian of land. While my arrows have brought me medals, my action for environment will bring me purpose. Let this be my message. Protecting the earth is the noblest battle of all. And I choose to stand at the front line, fearless, focused for the sake of my motherland. I'm that archer. Each draw of my bow is a test of my patience. Each release, a lesson in letting it go. And I have mastered focus, patience, and control in life. And I have achieved my goals. But I know my journey can't end there. As a warrior, my purpose is greater, to protect my motherland. The strength I built in silence, the clarity I gained through each arrow I have released, must now serve the land that gave me roots. For my people, for my earth, I stand ready, steady, as a bow in my hand, unwavering as my focus, and true to the call of warrior's heart. Thank you.